Hi everyone. In this video we have Marc and Julie Bennett from RV Love joining us to talk about their recent travels, their newly renovated RV, and the process of buying a used, including their inspection. Hi, my name is Jim Hoffman. I'm the Vice President of Operations with Wholesale Warranties. I've personally never renovated an RV, but I'm excited to talk strategy with Marc and Julie today. They just celebrated 5 years of living, working, and traveling full-time in their rig. And Julie, we hear you have something special to give away during this live. Can you share with everyone?
Hi, Jim. Yes. Hi, everyone. We, if you don't already know us, Marc and Julie from RV Love are also the authors of Living the RV Life, Your Ultimate Guide to Life on the Road. So that's our book, and we'll be giving away a copy of that on today's call.
Nice. And I heard you're on your third release of that book. Is that correct?
Third print run
in
a year. Yeah, it came out in November, and yeah, it's gone really well. So it just goes to show how hot RVing is right now. Everybody wants to RV, learn about RVing, hit the road, and want to learn how to do it.
Nice. Now, to be entered, all you need to do is leave a comment and let us know your dream RV during this broadcast, and we'll choose a winner and contact them directly for that winning. So thank you.
I want to hear who everyone's dream RVs are.
Yeah, I know, right?
That would be really fun.
It could be.
Tell us what year, what make, what model. I want to know.
Year, make, model, dream RV.
Yeah.
Make them do why, or just year.
We win too.
So as you were saying, you both just published a book, Living the RV Life, Ultimate Guide to Life on the Road.
Nice,
yeah,
you got a copy too.
You got it. That's your person.
We have a copy on our coffee table here. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, well, it's the book that we wished existed when we hit the road. We wrote a book to be able to help both educate people on what this RV lifestyle is all about, and then also help guide people to know if it's a good fit for them. It's not as chronicles of our story. It's helping people understand what the lifestyle is and how it might make a fit for them.
Yeah. What are the steps, basically? Hey, is this for me? And if you're inspired, then okay, now how about doing it and taking you step by step through the process?
Yeah, and it also includes a lot of the emotional challenges. You know, really tries to prepare people very well for if they're going to do any extended RV travel. Or RVing, period, really.
Yeah, any kind of RVing.
And I think that's a good segue into, you guys obviously retrofitted an older vehicle, which we'll get into in a little bit, but why did you guys decide to purchase used instead of new?
Oh, so many reasons.
The big one was budget and affordability, because we've got champagne tastes and a beer bottle pocket. So, you know, here I am looking at all these nice $300,000 RVs, which are beautiful, but it just wasn't in our price range. We're still working, we're saving for retirement, and, you know, we all know RVs depreciate, or I hope we all know that RVs depreciate, and, you know, we just felt with where we're at in our life stage that we just weren't ready to take we didn't have 300,000 laying around just to buy an RV. So but we liked a lot of the features of a lot of the, you know, higher end motorhomes, the quality of the build and a lot of the features that came with it. And so we just started looking and found one much older and much cheaper, and Marc's a very handy guy, so
well, we had more confidence too. When we first hit the road, we had only a 2-year-old RV, actually.
Yes.
And so we were not afraid of going a much older RV on our second one.
Yeah, I don't think we would have done what we've done with this remodel on our first RV as newbies, but we sure are glad we've done it here on our second.
And maybe for some of those people out there listening, how did you guys go about researching for your used RV?
Well, actually, both of our RVs were used RVs. So our first one was a pre-owned RV too. And for those who are not familiar with this RV space, you know, used RVs are often less troublesome than new RVs because there's a lot of things that need to get worked out with a brand new RV. But as far as researching this RV process, we actually kind of went through the process outlined in our book and listed all of our must-haves and our wants, and then started narrowing down our search.
And we, you know, because we'd already been full-time RVing for 3.5 years, we had a really good sense of what worked for us and what didn't. and what we wanted differently. So I think we had a much clearer picture the second. We did really well with our first purchase, but the second time around, we were really clear on what we wanted. And, you know, it's maybe some people are lucky, Jim, and just like roll up to an RV dealer and just find their RV and boom, it's done. But that's not us. Maybe we like to, anyone that knows us knows that we like to research the heck out of things and put a lot of time into it. And that's why some of our blog posts are very, very long, but very detailed and in depth. But, you know, we did a lot of RV shopping, didn't we? Hundreds of RVs.
Yeah, over the course of over a year, casually shopping, not serious, but, you know, but we're still doing a lot of research and really evaluating. Plus, we really love to be very educated on RVs in general. It's fun to go RV shopping.
Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely spent a lot of time and then just happened upon this one and it just seemed to tick all the boxes for us.
And this was actually a 1999 Country Coach 40 Class A motorhome. We were not looking that old at all. We were looking maybe about sort of 8 to 12, like around the 10-year mark. So, you know, half the age of this one. But because we'd done so much shopping and we had a real feel for what we wanted in terms of the quality and the floor plan and the layout, as soon as we found this and as soon as we saw the price point, we kind of knew it was a no-brainer and we just decided to go for it.
Nice. And how did was that from a dealer or private party, or how did the purchase of that RV go?
This particular one was from a dealer. So we were searching predominantly, I'd say, pre-owned from private sellers. There's a lot to be said for buying from private sellers. But
our first RV we bought through a private seller. We actually inherited an RV extended warranty with our first RV, which was fantastic. We used that as well. Yeah. And I think we timed it all really well. We sold that RV, I think, 2 weeks before that contract expired. So we were covered through the entire time we had that motorhome.
That's wonderful. Did you guys have, on this RV or on your first RV, did you guys go through an inspection either with the dealer or the private party?
With the first RV purchase, we had one that was done by the financing company, but it wasn't a thorough inspection. And that's actually one thing I wish I would have done on that first coach, just to have, you know, in hindsight, that's something I wish I would have done.
Because we had a propane leak on the drive home. We found a propane leak.
Yeah.
On the drive home?
Yeah. That ended up needing, which is a safety hazard, but then it also needed to end up replacing a furnace, which was a couple $1,000.
$1,800 repair. So, but luckily that was covered by our RV extended service contract. But if we'd known about it in the beginning, it could have been fixed before we drove home with propane fumes.
Yeah, but we definitely did an inspection done on this RV when we were buying it. One, because it was older. Two, because we know that it can be a very powerful negotiating tool.
Yeah.
So we were definitely in favor of doing that, and it did really work well for us.
It's a lot more peace of mind buying.
And especially being older too, but I would even recommend I would totally recommend people get an inspection even on brand new units, because brand new units often are not ready to be used when you're buying them. That's a misconception for people.
Yeah, we found a lot of people that are, you know, buying new RVs and, you know, they're often rushing the dealer to get it ready for delivery, which is actually doing yourself a disservice, because especially if you're a new RV or a first-time RV buyer, you don't know what the dealer has to do to get it ready for it to drive off the lot. They come from the manufacturer to the dealer, and this is common practice in the industry. It is an arrangement between the manufacturer and the dealer where the dealer has to do all of the fixes, make sure everything's working, and do a thorough pre-delivery inspection. But a lot of people don't realize that. And if you say to the dealer, hey, I've bought my RV, you know, this morning, I want to take it home today, you're actually really shooting yourself in the foot, because you're going to end up bringing it back a whole lot more times in the weeks and months. And that's, I think, one of the biggest frustrations for new RV buyers these days, is just how much time and frustration is wasted going back and forth getting things fixed, when you could be at your campsite having a good time and just trying to deal with working the bugs out, as we call it, you know, new RV.
Seasoning an RV.
Seasoning period.
Seasoning an RV, I like that. And kind of to both your guys' points, I think, Mark, the idea of having an inspection, even on something new, I mean, selfishly speaking, there's a lot out there, and so you never really know what you're going to get. And sometimes a third party helps, or a third party inspection. So I got to know, well, first, keep in mind that if you guys are listening, put some comments on year, make, model, dream RV for a giveaway for their free book. But I want to know what inspired you guys so much to renovate your rig?
Well, when we bought this RV, we knew from day one that we're going to be doing a renovation on it. One, because it was an older, it needed a refresh, but that was part of the deal we made. Actually, it's like, okay, if we agree to buy this older, less expensive one, part of the deal is that it's going to get refreshed and remodeled to be a more modern look.
And not only that, like from living in our first motorhome for 3.5 years, and it was 2 years old when we bought that, Jim. So it was a very nice motorhome, but it wasn't exactly our taste with the styling and decor. And when it's such a newer RV, you can be very hesitant to make those changes. But we did make some changes to make it better for our living. And the first thing we did was we specifically bought a bunkhouse model that has 2 bunk beds for kids, and we don't have kids. And we took that out and turned it into a dedicated office for Marc to work from, because we work full time from the road, and he likes to separate his work and not have it out in the living space. And so he was back there in the bunkhouse office, and we didn't have to do any mods actually to the front office where I worked. It was just the passenger seat with a pull-out desk, which was great. But we updated the bedroom and we refreshed that because it was very brown. It was very brown and beige. And I think probably 99% of people watching this are going to be nodding heads going, oh my God, it's brown and beige. And so we refreshed it, brought some color and life into the bedroom. We took out the booth dinette table and then put in a little ottoman and a different little round table and made that more of a U-shaped seating area. And we were able to restore both of those actually back to what it was to factory when we sold the RV. So we knew when we bought this motorhome that we had to create a dedicated office space, dedicated workspace, 2 dedicated workspaces, and yeah, that's a very unique need. Not very many people that are RVing need 2 dedicated full-time workspaces, and so most any RV is going to need some modification. But also that we knew this was a coach we planned on keeping for a longer time, and we wanted to really make it our home and make it our own for longer term, because it's a lifestyle we love. And even though we were looking at RVs that were half the age of this one, like 10-year-old RVs, we also knew we wanted to replace the refrigerator. We wanted to change the RV fridge, so typically an electric propane fridge, to a residential refrigerator. And we also knew that would mean we'd have to up our batteries and get solar and things like that to be able to effectively camp off grid. But, replacing an RV fridge, that can be, I think we've had stories around, you'd probably know better than us, around $4,000. It's really expensive.
4,000 is being nice, but yeah.
Is it? Okay. But I tell you, like I said, we're really lucky that Marc's so handy, and we had some fantastic helping hands, fellow RVs that helped us. We took the driver's side window out of the RV to get the old fridge out and the new one in, and it just it was a it was a big job to do that. So we knew we wanted to do that no matter which RV we bought. I was really ready for a resi fridge, and we love it. It's actually not for everyone, but we love that. But that was one of the upgrades that we did, and that's something that probably would have needed to be replaced anyway because it was on the way out, the other one.
What I really appreciate about your story is, well, 2 things. One is 1999 and it's brown inside, and not only are hopefully everybody else is nodding their head, but I was nodding my head being like, yeah, 1999 is going to have a lot of brown that you're going to have.
What's surprising, Jim? This 1999 coach is actually white. This was really unusual. It's all white cabinetry. I don't know if you can see here. You can see the white cabinets above here. That is original white cabinetry.
Okay.
We just had to do a refresh. And I think that's one of the things when we walked in.
That's one of the draws.
Yeah, that we realized, but that it was all the fresh and white and grey. It was light grey. We've still got the original light grey ultra leather furniture from when the RV was new. And it's really comfortable, still in really good quality. So we kept it.
Yeah.
But that was a very rare option in this day. But even today, most RVs in the last 20 years are all brown and beige. They're starting to see some lighter colors come back in from recent RV shows we've been to.
Yeah.
It's definitely a very rare feature, and it really opens up the space.
We really hope that a lot of RV manufacturers are watching what we're doing, and there are a lot of other people out there flipping and renovating RVs as well, and watching what we're all doing and seeing what we want more of. And just if we keep pushing and nudging in that direction and making it heard that what we want, then maybe they'll start listening. And I think we're starting to see that happen. It takes a while, you know, it takes a long time to instigate these changes.
I would agree. I think the push that you guys are making, the community is making, is a good one, and I think it is being heard. You know, the other thing that strikes me on your guys' renovation is you waited. You had some experience living in an RV before you decided to do it. It wasn't that you went out, bought an RV, and just retrofitted it the next day. You had a good foundation and a good needs wants list on what you guys envisioned and how you saw it, and I think that speaks volumes. And that's really cool. The big question I would have for you is, would you do it again?
I would.
I would, yes, says the person who.
Okay.
Yeah.
The caveat to that is, I know what you're going to say.
I would also do it again, but I would not do it on the timeline that we tried to do it on.
Well, that was crazy. We did it in 3.5 weeks, Jim.
Yeah, we tried to do this. Now, so we bought the coach. We had an idea of what we wanted when we first bought it, and then we lived with it for about 4 months, fine-tuning our vision for it, but then the actual renovation itself happened in like a month. And
but we had a lot of help. It wasn't just us. We had really great helping hands. A really good friend of mine from Australia is an interior designer, and she's helped me, you know, make my other homes beautiful too, and our home together in Colorado. And she used to be an international jet hostess. So when I told her we were going to do this, and I thought she'd help us out, you know, with Skype and FaceTime, she says, "Why don't I just jump on a jet and I'll come out there and help you do it?" I'm like, "Are you serious?" She said, "Sure." And she came out and spent a month with us for free. You know, we weren't paying her. We covered all of her expenses here. But what a gift. I mean, that was just, that's friendship right there. And it's a lot of hard work for all of us. But, you know, we would have done a good job on our own. But I don't think, you know, aesthetically and the design, it would have been anywhere near what it is without Jane's help. And, of course, our friends, Brett and Danelle, we had to find somewhere to park the RV. That's another big consideration, Jim, is where are you going to do this? And remember, we're So we didn't have a yard and a workshop out the back where we could park the RV and potter on it on weekends. We're living in this thing, and we lived in it throughout the entire renovation. And if you watch some of our videos, we did an 8-part ultimate RV makeover series for anyone that's interested in video and the blog. And when you can see me like cooking dinner one night, and I got the fridge up my butt and I'm trying to cook it. But we're here on a friend's property. In fact, we're here again now, the same place we were last year renovating the RV. And they said, "Come on over, park the RV," and he's got a tool shed. He had all the Ryobi cordless tools we were able to use, and they were fantastic. Cooked us meals. He was very handy.
It was the ultimate place to do that. I mean, if you're not a full timer, you might have a better location to be able to do a project like that. But as a full timer, it was really important to find a place, find the resources, get the help, to be able to pull it off. So it was good. It was a really great renovation.
But one advantage of doing it fast is because we were living in it, we kind of like just got the job done. So I hesitate to say we were living in it. We weren't living. We were sleeping. We just came in, slept, got up, worked again, and cranked it out.
I think everybody could agree. It's an aggressive timeline. 3.5 weeks.
Oh, it's ridiculous. I think I think we had PTSD for a few months after. Seriously, just go.
A couple sleepless nights after. So now that you survived the 3.5 weeks and you have it the way that you want it, or the look that you have, what's your favorite space in the RV?
The bedroom. And the bedroom had 9 mirrors in it.
The bedroom was a mirrored mayhem before. It was not relaxing and tranquil. Now it's this serene and nourishing environment, and it's really soft and textured.
It looks like a luxe 5-star hotel room now. So we had this is an era in the late 90s, and anyone that's got a coach in the late 90s, early 2000s era will know that mirrors and those paneled mirrors, you know, backsplash in the kitchen and the bathroom and the living area were very common. I think the idea was that it would make the RV look bigger, but I don't believe that it does. It just, everything's reflecting back. It looks more and we had 48 mirrors in this coach, and we removed 44 of them, and we didn't break one.
So there's 4 lucky mirrors that got to hang around.
Yeah, 2 in the bedroom on Marc's closet and 2 on the what we call the pantry opposite the bathroom. I think it's designed for a washer dryer, but I prefer having the space.
Makes sense. So, in what's new to you, your new RV, where have you guys been out and about with it?
Well, we've had this coach for about 1.5 years now, so we've put, gosh, 15,000,
We've done a lot of
15 to
miles.
20,000 miles with it, traveling actually quite a bit of the country now, probably over 30 states with this coach. And that's interesting too, though. 15,000, in a couple of years, that's actually high for us. We usually only average around 8,000 miles a year. A lot of people with their RVs don't put as many miles as you do on a car generally. But
when you're full time.
But yeah, we've been traveling. We've been to all 4 corners of the country now. So.
Yeah, we bought it in the Southwest, in Arizona. We spent a lot of time in Colorado and Texas last year. We actually ended the year in Florida. We did a big book tour there when our book came out, and so that was really fun, doing a lot of events around Florida. Then made our way up the East Coast to Maine. We were in Maine last month. We drove 3,000 miles to be here just a few weeks ago to spend the rest of the summer here in northeastern Oregon. And next month we'll be down in California because we're flying out to Australia for a couple of weeks next month. So
fun. Are you coming to Southern California?
What's that?
Are you coming to Southern California?
Absolutely. I'll have to come and see you in San Diego.
Beautiful. Yes, please.
Yes.
Oh, that would be so awesome. We'll plan it. As soon as we're in.
We love San Diego.
Oh, I love that idea. So in 2019, what's been your favorite destination?
Ooh, you know what? I think this one where we are now.
Right now is my favorite destination. And we've had some great places. We've been in the Florida Keys. We've been up in Maine. But where we are right now in northeastern Oregon is my favorite location of the year because it's a very
it's a hidden gem of a small town, actually.
Yeah, and it's just very relaxing and soothing for me to go catch up on things and to have close friends and not be moving for a bit. And it's just, like Julie said, it's a beautiful area to be relaxed in.
It's in, for anyone that's watching or listening, it's in what's called the Wallowa County. And so it's a little mountain town with a population of only 2,000 people. It's near Joseph, Oregon. It's about 6 hours from Portland. Oregon. Yeah, we're a long way from Portland.
Don't give out all our secrets on places.
I was like, where else are all these gems?
It's just this. It's got this gorgeous lake. It's like a mini Lake Tahoe. It's got mountains all around, and it's just got that really nice small town vibe. Like, you can leave your bike there and you don't even have to lock it up. I always do. We both do because we're just out of habit. But it's one of those little towns that, almost everything you want is there. You got a great little hardware store if you need to. When we did our renovation last year, the hardware store actually let us kind of just run a tab on a handwritten list.
On a written piece of paper?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Get things and we said, no, that didn't work, and we take it back. No worry, cross it off the list. At the end, they just rang up one big tally. Yeah. Where can you do that in a big town? Where can you do that these days?
Well, and that's one thing about this full-time RV travel is the longer I do it, the more I'm drawn to more and more smaller towns. One, because navigating RVs in big towns isn't super great, but I just love the.
You didn't like driving RV through New York?
New York's not ideal.
Oh.
Upstate New York's beautiful.
Upstate is phenomenal.
But big cities can get a little stressful, and it's just, I like this quiet and peacefulness of these smaller towns. It's
a nice energy.
I love immersion, and that's one of the great things about this lifestyle too, is you can immerse in these towns and feel them.
And I think that's what we're going to do moving forward. Is now we're 5 years full time, we're in our 6th year. We've been to all 50 states, and just about done most of them all over again. Right. I think we're really slowing down our travel pace. We just, like Marc said, immerse in an area and slow things down and just stop and smell the roses. But it's when you're new and it's exciting. You want to go see everything.
Oh, it's so exciting, yeah.
Of course you do. We all do it. We all start out with a fast travel pace. So it's just like, oh, but we're just there and we're so close to Crater Lake. And, oh, look, Zion's just over here. And you just pack a lot in. I do.
Even with you guys in Northeast Oregon, in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, California has the Lost Coast up there and the redwoods, and your point, there is value in kind of slowing down and, like you said, smelling the roses. There's definitely some value there. Where are some of the next destinations coming up? I heard.
Well, we're gonna kind of move quickly from here down to California before we fly out.
We're going to head across to Portland for about 5 or 6 days, Portland, Oregon area. Then down through Reno, Nevada, and then Las Vegas, and then California, and then we fly out to Australia on September 16.
Okay.
We'll probably spend the majority of this winter season in the Southwest this year. We won't go back east.
SoCal and Arizona. Yeah. We love it there. We spent last winter in Florida. I think in our 5 winters on the road, this will be the 3rd one that we've spent in the Southwest and 2 in Florida. And, both are beautiful for different, obviously very different, but very beautiful. It's really nice that we get the chance to mix it up, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you find yourself in San Francisco, there's a street there, Lombard Street. I think it's.
We didn't take the coach on that.
I was just putting it out there. I mean, if Mark.
We took the Mini.
We've driven the Mini on that before. It's a really fun street, but boy, you definitely wouldn't want to take the coach on that.
Wouldn't want to take it. So for all you new RVers out there, let's take that off the list. That's probably not a.
Yeah, you'd be pushing it to do it in a Class B van.
Yeah.
So as we're kind of wrapping up, but before we do, Mark, I've heard that you have an amazing Australian accent, and I was wondering if you could share a sentence or two in that.
I don't know about that. No. Nothing like putting me on the spot,
I know.
in a couple of weeks, I'll be heading down under to go on a rally run, and after that, with fortnight with the rallies, I'll be coming back as a true dinky doy Aussie.
Good.
Did you understand
I am thoroughly impressed.
Oh, by the time we get back, Jim, he will sound so Australian. We'll go there, and I'm like, please stop. You said you're Australian now.
Yeah, when I'm surrounded by all those other Australian males, I pick up that accent really well.
Just really fast.
Nail it.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Nice. Well, it has been a pleasure, and I want to hold up your guys' book again because this is what the raffle's for. In the comment section of this Facebook Live, we just asked you to put your dream RV, year, make, model, and so on. And I think I mispronounced it earlier. I said third run. Is that the third?
Yeah, that's right. Third run.
Yep.
Third run. An incredibly, very popular, very valuable book. Just knowing that it's on the 3rd shows how much people are really interested in what you guys are doing and all the value that you guys bring to the RV community. So I really want to thank you for your time and wish you safe travels with everywhere that you're going to go. And I'm really excited for you guys to come down to San Diego.
Oh, thanks. We love that part of the country. San Diego is absolutely gorgeous. You have good weather all year round there.
Yes, we do.
You do. It's one of the few places in the country that is actually really good all year round.
Yeah.
I see why people don't want to move.
Very fortunate. So if people, just in case, and I doubt this is the scenario, but in case people haven't heard of you, where can they find you out on the web?
The best place is rvlove.com. That's our website. Got a ton of information, resources, blogs, a list of videos on there, and all of our social media links. But if you just type in RV Love, you'll find us. And we've actually got our article about RV extended warranties coming out probably later today. Yes. It's a doozy. Yeah, it's one you need to pour a coffee or a glass of wine and sit down and dive in, because anyone that has read some of our other blog posts, they can get pretty long because we like to go into a lot of detail and in-depth and really look at all the different options.
Yeah, but it's been a really important part of our RV travel, so we definitely want to put an article out there to help inform everyone else.
It's long overdue. We've been getting a lot of people asking for it, so we're finally excited to put that out there.
We appreciate that. I mean, the amount of detail and understanding in different scenarios of RV warranties, the pros, the cons, covered, not covered, all that fun stuff, but also hearing true stories and from, in community experts like yourself on how it helped or services that it was able to provide is invaluable to us.
Yeah.
So I'll go as far as to say, maybe just get a bottle of wine, open it, and maybe a glass and maybe a 2-glass read, depending on, how quick you read and how good the vino is. But we do appreciate that. So we'll definitely keep an eye out for it.
Sure. And of course, anyone can leave their questions in the comments. I mean, I'm sure that's one of the great things about these articles too, is it invokes a lot of questions too, to be able to, you know, because there's no one size fits all when it comes to RVing, and when it comes to warranties and whether or not it's for you or which kind to get or whether to buy new or used or whether to renovate or not. Everything is basically your choice in RVing, but being empowered with the information to help you make an educated decision yourself instead of just like listening to various opinions out there. I think, you know, that's what I would say to people is just arm yourself with knowledge to a level where you feel empowered making your own decision and you're not making it out of fear, but out of a place of real clarity and education.
Yeah, and you bring up a good point, because as we try, and you guys do an excellent job with it too, is be as transparent as you can, you know, whether it's renovation, whether it's full-time, this worked for us, this didn't work for us.
Right.
We try to do the same on a warranty. This is either going to meet your expectations or, you know what, it's not. We'd rather have that conversation or question dialogue definitely well before the process even starts. And, you know, I thank you guys for putting that out there.
Oh, you're welcome. It was actually part of our RV shopping process, is getting quotes on the rig that we were most interested in, because looking at the cost of RV ownership, it's not just the cost of the rig. It's, you know,
right.
The cost of insurance and registration and the taxes and your storage if you're not living in it full time, getting a warranty, getting roadside assistance, you know, repairs, maintenance. I mean, the list goes on.
Yeah.
And now everyone's going, man, this is expensive.
But it's important, right?
What's that?
It's an important aspect to it. You want to be an educated buyer, and thank you for you guys for making sure that you're dotting those I's and crossing those T's.
Yeah,
Let the general public know that. But again, for those that are maybe joining us late or didn't hear before, please leave a comment. Even if you have questions, just leave a question. But what we're looking for is your dream RV, year, make, model. We have a Living the RV Life book that we're going to be handing out and giving away. It has been our absolute pleasure. Thank you guys so much, Billy and Marc, for taking the time. We really enjoyed having you, and hopefully look forward to seeing you soon.
Sounds great. Well, thanks so much for having us today. It's always wonderful to chat. Have a great day.
Bye, everyone.
Take care, guys. Bye.